Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Fairview Aggies head football coach, George Redding Jr., powered by Campus Traditions. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in, Coach.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good. Glad to be here. So back on September 19th, you really kind of roughed up Lawrence County 55-6. Tell us about that game.
Well, I was proud of our guys and how well they played, and I felt like we played pretty solid on both sides of the ball.
Right.
And I really felt like the second half is kind of where we kind of got going. First half, I felt like we had some woes and just maybe not trying to dominate in certain positions like we had hoped. And really, our guys really took the challenge at halftime and came out second half and really began to try to impose our will,
yes,
so to speak. But I was just proud at the energy and effort that we played at on both sides of the ball, and as well as special teams. You know, we were able to get a couple possessions through our special teams, which has kind of been something that's been good for us this year. But overall, just pleased with the next step that we took.
Okay, great. So tell us who played well. Let's start with the defense.
Well, I think defensively, I feel like we've really had to work and take strides up front, and I think our guys have done a really good job with that. We knew it was going to be a very physical team. Lawrence County is always a physical team, and we've had some wars over the years, and I felt like we had a little bit early a bend but don't break defense, which is good. You know, Lawrence County did a phenomenal job of driving the football, but we held firm when it come time, when it got into the red zone. So just super proud of our interior six guys for, you know, just making a stand there at a couple different times and holding them out of the end zone early.
Okay. What about on the offensive side?
Offensively, I felt like we really got our run game going in the second half, and I felt like, again, our wide receivers, we were struggling a little bit in the first half at just blocking and sustaining our blocks, and those guys really showed up in the second half, trying to prove something.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'll be honest, you know, when you challenge a position group or a team and to watch them rise up to that challenge, that's fun to watch. And
Yes,
I was proud of the guys and what we did offensively in the second half.
Good deal. What about on the injury front? Any major injuries come out of that game?
You know, right now it's 5A football and it's week 6, so we're probably kind of bruised and beaten a little bit, about like everybody. We talk all the time with our guys that it's hard to play 5A football at 100% when you're at the midpoint. You know, you're going to play, you know, maybe just below 100% at times. But injury-wise, we're still okay. We've not had any new injuries developed. You know, I felt like having the bye week last week was good for us to continue to work hard, but at the same time try to get our legs back under us a little bit and then really get rolling again this week.
Okay, good deal. So you mentioned the bye week, so we're going to roll forward and talk about this week's game, Russellville. Tell us about the Golden Tigers.
Yeah, what a phenomenal program and phenomenal team over there, and you know, they have rich tradition. Right. You know, you're not only fighting that team, but you're fighting that tradition, and they do a phenomenal job of living up to that standard. And you know, but we're excited about them being here and coming here to our place, and you know, they've got a really good running back. They're physical up front. You know, they're never going to line up wrong defensively. They're going to be where they're supposed to be. You're not looking at tricking anybody or anything like that. You know, when you're facing a good team, it's about lining up and executing, and it's going to be important for us to do that on both sides of the ball.
Okay, so then on the 10th, in 2 weeks, you have Priceville. You travel there. Coach, they're 4-1, so they should be a really good test for you. What do you expect to see from the Bulldogs?
You know, as far as you say a test, you know, right now, watching just a little bit of film that's come across throughout this year, they may be the standard in our region right now. And just watching Priceville and how they're playing and the energy that they're playing with and the physicality that they're playing with on both sides of the ball, you know, what an awesome job that staff's done over there, and just implementing the things that they want to do and kind of setting that standard, you know. And we've played Priceville on and off for many years, and we've had lots of wars with them. It's a good football team, a good football program, and they're really playing at a high level right now. And we'll be traveling there, and that's a tough place to play, you know. But like always, man, what an honor it is. We asked our team up, what if you were sitting in the situation you are right now and getting to go face maybe Russellville or Priceville? What do you think? And everybody would raise their hand, I want that. And that's where we're at. So how exciting it is just to have the opportunity that we have.
Yeah, good deal. So, you know, when you have this much success, Coach, the college recruiters come calling, don't they? So tell us, do you have any players that are being recruited by colleges right now?
You know, and Jake Harper's kind of been at the top of that list right now. You know, he's one of our running backs, also a stacked linebacker. He's able to play both sides of the football. And we've had some colleges come by, West Alabama, Chattanooga, team up in Pennsylvania, Bucknell has showed some interest in Jake. And, you know, right now, not like an official offer, you know, but just showing the interest in our players and our athletes is, you know, what an honor it is for our school and our community, and how awesome it is for Jake. I'm gonna be honest, for high school kids right now, I think it's tough on them. You know, I say 7-8 years ago, there'd be kids that already, you know, would have had an offer going into their junior year or coming out of their junior year, and now with the portal and the way things are going, it's so difficult.
Changed.
Yeah, so difficult for our high school kids. And, you know, so, you know, it's just important for those kids just to show up every day and keep working hard and understand that the good Lord is going to lay out the plan that they're supposed to have, and they're going to get their opportunity. And when they do, when they get their chance, they just got to live up to it. And Jake's no different. Jake's going to do that. Jake's going to be a huge asset to any program that picks him up.
Right, good deal. So, Coach, that's our show. We appreciate your time. And as always, we appreciate yours. Join us again in a couple of weeks for another Fairview edition of Coach Speak.